Hello everyone, my name is Petra Weixelbraun and I'm a PhD student at the Center of Education at the University of Vienna. Today I'm here to highlight aspects of digital education in classrooms by discussing the role of students as protagonists in game-based learning. This presentation draws on our research conducted as part of the series Game Changers project at the University of Vienna. Here we aim to explore how digital games can empower students to take a more active role in their education, shifting from passive learners to active creators. Digital technologies are increasingly important in our lives, making it essential for young people to engage with technology early in formal education. But this goes beyond just using technology. It's also about understanding and shaping it. Our research is based on recent studies that identify important skills for a more complex and digital world. Thereby, we focus specifically on the idea of computational empowerment. This approach tries to help students become confident and reflective users of digital technology by fostering skills like critical thinking, problem-solving skills, creativity, communication, collaboration, and media literacy. Our work draws heavily on the concept of the protagonist role for students. We are not referring here to game protagonists, the heroes that we navigate through a digital game, but to children as active creators of their learning environment. Children have been involved in design processes as users, testers, informants, or even design partners, as outlined by Alison Druin. However, we propose a shift where students take on a more active role, becoming the main actors in their learning processes. Unlike other roles, the protagonist role empowers young people to take the lead in technology development. This means they don't just contribute, they actively make decisions and taking ownership of their outcomes. Our research focused on two key questions. First, how can digital games be used to foster the protagonist role among students in formal educational settings? Second, how do students perceive the use of digital games in remixing and self-directed creative learning? We conducted workshops over 1.5 years with 16 to 17-year-old students, aiming to foster essential competencies and their self-perception as active creative co-creators. We realized the project as follows. First, we designed course structures using the NTAG and iterative design models. Then, students engaged with predefined games and remixing methods, testing these in initial workshops. Then, students conducted autonomous research, developing their own workshops by selecting games, methods, and learning objectives. And now we're analyzing peer interview data and refining materials based on the student feedback. The concepts in both iterations focused on topics from 4 selected Sustainable Development Goals: decent work and economic growth, reduced inequalities, responsible consumption and production, and climate action. The workshops developed by the teams focused on various themes derived from the 4 Sustainable Development Goals using digital games as a foundation. For example, Team 1 explored inequality and solidarity by analyzing game characters and creating digital content on these topics. Team 2 focused on young employees' rights, combining gameplay with podcast creation. Other teams tackled issues like work stress, political systems and inclusion, integrating game experience with discussion, podcast and reflective activities. Each workshop was designed to engage students in both gameplay and critical thinking about topics at hand. To gather data on students' experiences and their perceptions of the roles and digital games, we conducted peer interviews. Students interviewed each other using an adapted questionnaire that focused on the protagonist role, encouraging open and honest reflection. The recorded interviews were later transcribed and analyzed using reflexive thematic analysis, providing in-depth insights into the students' experiences and perspectives. In our project, 45 students developed 7 digital game-based learning concepts. Most embraced the role as active participants, demonstrating creativity, technological competencies, and problem-solving skills. Despite some skepticism about the educational value of certain games, students took ownership of the projects, balancing agency with clear learning objectives. The project provided valuable insights into students' reflections on social issues, technological use, and the role of games in education. Our project demonstrated that digital games can effectively foster the protagonist role among students by allowing them to design and adapt game-based learning activities. This approach enabled students to blend traditional teaching with digital games, exploring creative tasks like podcast creation and pen and paper adventures, promoting active participation and ownership of the learning. Students viewed digital games positively, especially in self-directed creative learning contexts. They appreciated the opportunity to remix and personalize the games. This process was both engaging and empowering for them. It encouraged critical and creative thinking, aligning their educational experience with their personal interests and goals. In conclusion, our study shows that remixing digital games can enhance the protagonist role among students in formal education. By integrating game-based learning and allowing students